Well, hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about what's going on for the final week of October, which is going to be the 27th through November 2nd. All right, I have the 12 cards in front of me representing the 12 houses of the astrological chart. We're going to go ahead and add 2 cards to each one of the 12 houses so that we can clarify what's going on. And I'm very excited to see how you like this new spread. It's very new to me, so comment below, let me know. And if you haven't liked and subscribed or shared this channel yet, please do think about doing that. If this resonates with you and you like what's going on, I appreciate all of that. It really helps the channel get going and growing. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. So here we have the 12 cards. And this deck here is the MJ Cullinane Guardian of the Night deck. So we're going to go ahead and lay out the new cards for each of the 12 departments, or houses, sorry. I'm probably going to call them departments all the time, so we should just sort of get used to that. And so this round was where you are, or what's blocking you anyway, and this is your solution. All right, your messages from my better angels for the entire month are the same for all 12 signs. We need to remain flexible. We need to embrace the changes, embrace our families, stay organized, not spend our money, and you know that it's good. All of this stuff is like wonderful stuff. We will have what we need if we do those things, right? That is what my better angels are saying. So very cool. Let us look at what's going on for you now, Sagittarius, in with yourself. All right, this is that one area that's all about you. All right, you've been super busy over the past month, and there's an awful lot of you that wants to just take a minute. I see there's a lot of slantiness. Wow, my head is all slanty. What? Ooh. All right, so less slanty is good. But yes, you want to take a break. This is the Hermit. This is showing me that yes, there's a lot of you that just wants to check out and not be so involved in every little thing. You're exhausted from everything that's been going on. So you're like, whoa, 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 horsies. And the Hanged Man here is showing that getting hung up on wanting to be alone is going to stop you from moving forward. So you're going to have to just sort of schedule in a little bit of alone time, but don't freak out if it changes and you have to schedule it somewhere else. You may just, you know, cancel the big party that is all about playing darts with your whole group, right? So you're going to like, okay, every lunch I need a break. I'm going to play darts by myself so I can pre-program or reprogram. Just buy another dartboard and set it outside your office so you can close the door and be on your own and take care of you, because you do need a little break from all the hubbub. All right, and if you don't get that break, you're not able to think right, you know. So but don't get hung up on it being exactly the way you originally planned it. All right, interesting. And now we have the High Priestess also with the bat. All right, so somebody else hanging upside down. I bet you're going to get the 4 of Cups somewhere. That's another one that's got a thing hanging upside down. Interesting. We'll see where it shows up. But this is all about your intuition being very much on point. So follow your gut. If you find that there's a spot in the day where you're like, I think I can just go sit in the car for a minute and not be bothered by people, that'd be awesome. Be sure to set an alarm in case you fall asleep or you don't want to lose track of time, because you can get very into the reverie of the moment and lose track of time. So that's cool. I like this for you. I know that it's interesting and weird, but I like to see that you're finally thinking about getting a little time out, taking care of you. Ooh, defragging, relaxing, a little less running around. You've been running around a lot all month, okay? We have the 5 of Wands. You're going to rally the troops and get some people together to help get things moving in the right direction. So very nice. You're not going to do it all by yourself. Good job. things are not going to move the way you were hoping. They're going to get blocked up a little bit. I do see movement in this area, so that's cool. There could be a blockage in the movement, okay? So just be aware that maybe there's too many people, or there's, you know, something weird happens that you can't control the situation as well if you have too much help. So, or you, yeah, so it won't move right. It'll stop moving, period. The Nine of Swords is showing up, showing that being the person in charge of this situation will be the thing that you have to do. You can't walk away from it. You can't just say, here guys, handle this, and walk away. There's too many opinions now, and it'll stop moving. So you have to get in there and take control of it and say, okay, you guys go over there, and you guys go over there, and we're going to work together now and do this over there. And then everybody will be on point. It's just they needed a leader, and none of them were able to decide on who the leader was, okay? And that's your money department. We're going to talk now about your communication department. We have the Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, fighting for your worth and value. You're going to be one more time communicating with somebody saying, okay, how can you make payments? What's the best way for you to make payments to me? I'm willing to work with you, but let's make sure we figure it out, hammer it out, and get it in paper, in writing before we get busy here. Okay? So you want to not lose the business, and you're definitely going to compromise on how they pay, but they're definitely going to pay the same amount, right? Maybe over time. Don't sabotage yourself in this situation by trying to give them a bargain or just cut the rate. You know, don't cut the rate. Just make it over time, okay? That way you don't have to give up your worth and value at all. That is not okay. All right? Headed up by a skeleton jackalope. Fun. The Three of Cups is showing that when you do hammer this out and everything is on point, you're like, everybody's going to feel like they're winning. So this is the Three of Cups, showing that everybody is happy in this situation. You're getting paid what you're deserving. They're getting to pay over time what they can afford. And that is wonderful news. Yay! Perfect. Loving that. Now then, let's talk about what's happening here in the family department. We were talking about creating a new structure. Yes, last week we told people what we were able to do. We set a boundary, and they said, yes, we can do that. So you have this new structure in place. You're going to stay within the structure, and it's going to be great. The King of Pentacles, there's going to be a fellow who likes to talk about money and how much he saves and how much he spends and da-da-da-da on different things. He's a very gloaty guy about that. So this money person is going to stand in the way somehow. He's going to get in the way of your thing, like, well, I can pay for blah, 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 so you don't need to do that at all, blah, blah, blah. What they don't realize is they're like, no, we worked it out. We worked it out. We don't need you to pay for everything. We need you to step aside and let me do my thing. For the tiny little amount of time that I've allotted for this, I want to do this. So they don't understand that you actually want to do the thing you signed up to do with the family, and you don't want to have it paid away. You want to do your thing. So make sure you stand up for what you want to do, and also remember the lessons from past relationships, so that when you talk to this guy, you aren't telling him never to pay for anything ever. You're just saying, hey, in this moment, I'd really like to have my time with these people, and it's okay. I don't want to miss that. Okay, so it's saying it in a loving way, and realizing they're not like the other people you've dealt with in the past. So you can actually deal with this person, explaining your feelings about that, and they will get on board. I think it'll be good. All right, now then, we're talking about the passion in your life. The great dartboard thing. We definitely have the Ten of Cups, showing that yes, you have a great big family of dart lovers now in your world. This is super exciting and fabulous. You're going to have several dartboards going at once because so many people want to play darts with you right now. Maybe at home, maybe at work, maybe outside your office at work. That'll be good. the finances for the situation might be that you need to sort of make sure that people aren't playing darts when they should be working, right? Because, yeah, the finances could be suffering, blocked by this passion for darts, so be careful. And it will be a quick thing that you discover, like maybe someone's not taking care of a client because they're out playing darts, and that's going to be a problem. So you're going to have to nip that thing in the bud, and it'll happen very quickly, okay? So it'll be taken care of very quickly. They'll be caught, they'll be silly, they'll be unhappy, and it'll be very clear that you'll maybe have to put a little lock, close the cabinet, put a lock on it, and then be like, okay, it's lunchtime, click, okay, we can play now. So unfortunate, but true. All right, so just keep that in mind and be aware of how that's going to play. And of course, remember the situation with who you are and where you're at, and if you have people around that shouldn't be around darts, or, you know, keep things safe around wherever you're at, okay? Good, excellent, and right, you might have wanted to lock those up earlier than that. So let's talk about what's going on here. What is going on in your work health department? We have the Page of Swords. New empowering information is coming to you about ways to be more in charge at work. So that's good news. You're going to feel more oats. All right. There's an emotionally based male energy person who's going to want to say, oh, but wait, why, I was in charge of that, or what is going on? And you're making me feel like this, or you're making me feel like that. You're making me feel, as opposed to, gee, when you do that, I feel, right? So you're talking to a feelings guy who's going to be feeling like he's not in charge, and he's not. So the fact that he thought he was is kind of the joke. But of course, we need to sort of listen to that thought and go, okay. Talk about your financial foundation and what's really important at this space, and how you can create a stronger foundation within that situation, and whether or not this guy is up to the task of handling that situation. And there is no gender, actually. It's always male, or it doesn't matter if it's male or female. It's the energy of the person that's going to be male. But yes, this person who is talking to you about you're wanting to step up and get more control over what's going on. This is only information about ways to take control. This guy's concerned about that. It's like, oh, are you gonna step up and take control? And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. So they're very much so concerned. And you're like, I'm gonna make a strong foundation for my money to be made. Okay, this is my business. We're gonna make money here, and this is important for me to step up and do that. So yeah, don't get in the way, Mr. What are you gonna do? He's a bit of a nut. So let it be what it is. Appreciate that he's concerned and send him home for work. Or send him off somewhere else, okay? Don't let him stop you from taking control, all right? And don't let his fears slow you down. If anything, listen to him and appreciate the information, and then tell him to go away so you can play darts by yourself and figure out what you're going to do. So in the relationship department, we have relationships and marriage. We have the Ace of Cups. So this is good news for Sagittarius. I know that we went through something a few weeks ago that was kind of interesting. Some of them were having an ending of some sort. This could be a new beginning. This could be a baby for some of you, for sure. Some of you are going to hear that somebody in your life is having a baby. Interesting and fun. Be aware of what that is and understand how that plays for you, and know that you're allowed to appreciate and be joyful in that moment, all right? There is a little fear factor for you in the mix, so you're feeling afraid for something about what's going on here. And it will block you from your joy It will block your joy to stay in the fear. Just sort of be aware that the Three of Pentacles, it's just new ways to manifest more money. Basically, it's new information of abundance coming to you that will tell you that, okay, this person actually has a plan. They may not, you may not be, so your practical mind is going to block you from being happy about this. So your practical mind is like, oh, but wait, you shouldn't, da 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 da. It's not your body, it's not your choice. And however that hits you, I hope it hits you correctly. It's not intended to be anything other than an understanding and a comment on what's true, which is this person is going to make their own decision about how they handle that. And you get to stand around and hold their hand no matter what, okay? Good, bad, or indifferent, what they do choose to do, you get to hold their hand and say, I love you, all right? So, be in the joy, and let it be the joy, and then figure out the rest, all right? So, the Four of Cups. We were talking about the upside down cards. Here's the Four of Cups. I was telling you there's another upside down card. Everybody here's hanging up. Dum, 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 hanging upside down. Got the possum over here. We got the bat, and we got this guy over here. He's an armadillo. I didn't know armadillos could hang by the tail, but there they go. All right, so we're going to set these back over here. Reminiscent of the areas where you're blocked, we're thinking about who you are and what's going on right here a little bit. And this is the area where we're letting things go. And in where we're letting things go, the foundation of our heart. We have to let go of control over a situation with the foundation of our heart. So this very much speaks to what's going on over here, where I feel like this news about incoming love for somebody in your life it's scary for you, and you have to let go of trying to control that. All right? Sorry about that. It's never what we wanted to hear. The Seven of Swords is blocking you, thinking that you might be able to take control over the situation or have your Seven of Wands, sorry about that, a convincing argument that will help convince somebody to do what you think they should do. That's blocked. And I want you to know that it's okay for you to be blocked in that department. The karma involved in what you might do on the other side is a lot, okay? And the King of Wands showing that there is a male energy person who is going to be very down to earth and easygoing, grounded. This person is going to have the solution, which might be just simply to take you out and distract you from whatever this is, because as much as you want to have some say-so and an opinion, I really want you to focus in on the probability that they just need support. They don't need opinions right now, okay? So it's good. You're doing good things. Everything is going to be fine, all right? You are a good person, and we want you to feel like that forever. We have the Travel card. This is all about movement and travel. We're saying you've figured out the stuff, and you didn't make the plans for the trip, but now you're in a place where you're working really hard to make sure that everything gets straightened out if it got screwed up. And if you didn't get screwed up, you're like, okay, it's time. I think I can do this. I think I can get the money in order, and I think we can all work towards what the plan is. The Two of Pentacles is showing that keeping things balanced is going to be hard. Okay, so you may have to pay a little extra just to get things going where you want them to go because of the snafu that happened, or you may have to pay a premium to get them going at the time, in the timing that you want, because you waited, but you did the right kind of waiting, but you might pay a little extra. The Nine of Pentacles is showing that there will be plenty of money to take care of the situation. You needn't worry about that. All the money is taking care of itself. Right on. What gets you up in the morning? What's your cup of coffee? What's your ambition? All right. So we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is all about the Knight of Swords So the Knight of Swords is all about how you're fighting for your power in a situation. And that's what's got you up in the morning. You're like, oh, I want to fight for my power. I want to get in there and take control of that situation. Nice. Jumping in, this is the Fool, jumping in without paying attention to where you're jumping into, or catching whether or not that person that you're going to have that fight with has had their coffee yet. Could be a fool's errand. You're blocked by jumping in right away. The more spontaneous you are in this moment, the more damage you'll do. Okay, so don't be too fast to jump in. All right. The Knight of Wands is showing me that you're now fighting for your ideas with this person. You're fighting for your power, and now you're just fighting for your ideas. So very interesting. All right, so you're going to assert yourself. You want to be in control, but now you have to have your ideas in order and say why you want to be in control, right? Why am I the best choice to be in control of the situation? What do I bring to the table that is so much better than anyone else, all right? So that is going to be what you're bringing to the table there. Now we're talking about your friends department. What is going on with your friends? New information about making more money or having your money do good things for you. So yes, it's money information coming through. I believe you're sharing the information with your friends, and your friends are sharing information with you. You're cross-pollinating as you're creating this trip situation. Ace of Wands, a big idea at this time will block you, all right? So it's a tough one. We don't want to have a lot of new ideas coming into the mix because you've already pre-planned so much insofar as I figured all these things out. I did all this homework. You aren't interested in hearing new ideas. Oh, but what if we go other places? Da, 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 da. You're like, no. No. Here's what it's going to cost. Here's what you need to pay me. Da, 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 da. That's it. Well, what about? No, there's no what abouts. This is the itinerary that I'm working on. This is what I figured out so far. So you're really kind of putting your foot down in this department, which is interesting. Oh, definitely putting your foot down. The Queen of Swords is here saying, yep, this is me. This is the itinerary. Take it or leave it, okay? I have worked long and hard over the many weeks to get our place this way. I've even changed it up to accommodate this situation that happened last week. And here we are. This is what it is. This is what it'll cost. And this is us doing all this fun stuff, okay? And they're either going to get on or they're going to get off, okay? So that's cool. I like that you've come up with a plan, and then you've even come up with a backbone and clarified that situation so that nobody else is going to like, no, you're not taking any Monday morning quarterbacks now, okay? I have no time for all that stuff. If you somehow deciding that you care about this situation all of a sudden, you had an opportunity to care months ago when we were starting to plan this thing at the beginning of the month. Not months, right? Month. Just earlier in the month. So this is the area of the unknown. The things that we didn't know, and here we are. We're going to go ahead and talk about some cards that now represent all of these or many of these different departments. All right, we have the Moon card. Your dreams and goals are coming into fruition. Boom, with your friends. Boom, with your trip. Yep. And I feel like something is going on here that's going to be part of your dreams and goals. That your dreams and goals are actually being backburnered so that you can allow somebody else's dreams and goals to happen. Okay? So be careful or how you handle this really a lot. Okay? Oh, this is you handling stuff going on at work, your passions and the stuff at work, very much so, yes. Dreams and goals are being dealt with very nicely. Your communication is getting straight. Very nice. You're standing in a new level of confidence at the end of this week with that conversation. Excellent. Love that very much for you. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of strength going on here. You're working very hard to get rid of all the stories that told you that you weren't worthy, okay? You had a lot of different stories that told you you weren't worthy. And that is you crumpling up that story and throwing it in the fireplace, okay? You've done the work. You're doing the work now to see your worth and value. You're amazing. Sagittarius, you are an amazing person. You can handle this. And, well, everybody may classify you one way or the other. They don't know you. So let that crap go, okay? Take care of you. And now the Page of Wands is showing new information about something you still may need to learn. And of course, we're going to learn more about our money. We're going to learn more about communication. We're going to keep learning about our family. All these areas. You have stuff to learn, and that's okay. It's beautiful. The beauty of learning new things is that you can open up yourself to new information and go, oh, well, let me see how I can integrate that. Give me a minute. That's the hermit. That's the hermit part of who you are right there, saying, oh, thanks for this new information. I'll be right back. I gotta go integrate it, because it's a lot. And it's basically, you're kind of panicking a little bit about what it is. You're like, oh shit, more information? What am I gonna do with that? Holy cow. And the only real answer is to take a minute. It's like, okay, I need to go be by myself for a minute while I integrate this information. I gotta go input it into the computer. And then the computer in your head, and you're like saying, okay, I can do this. How do I fit this in? So, Sagittarius, my goodness, you have quite a week, quite a month. My goodness. But it's exciting, it's new, it's interesting, you're doing really well, things are changing, and you're rolling with the punches. I know, it's hard to roll with the punches, man. Oof. I want padding. I want padding to make that easier. So indeed, I'm really proud of you for getting through this month and to stick with me. I appreciate that very much. I hope you'll come back next month in November. Do leave comments and like, share, and subscribe. And let me know how all of this is working for you. If you're digging it, let me know. I really appreciate it, and I'll get right back to you. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. We will talk next about November. What? I know this year's flown by. We'll talk then.